Happy Tuesday, July 7th. I hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. I just wanted to address a couple of things. It's been a rough week. Hi, True Helper. How are you? Hey, Puss in Boots. How are you? I'm going to see if a couple more people come in before I start. Hey, Tally Girl. Great job holding a certain someone to the task this morning. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, hey, yeah, this morning was definitely interesting to say the least, and to have that person manipulate the oh, thank you, Puss in Boots. Hi, Richard. Hey, little Kelly. I wasn't gonna have her manipulate it or twist it or turn it or take my words and make them something they weren't, which she tried doing. Hey, Bernie. I just felt like I'm just tired of hearing we lie, we lie, we lie, we lie, we lie, we lie. We don't lie. And I'm just tired of hearing that we lie. So, and then for her to kind of, it felt to me like she was trying to get like me and MM at odds, not that I have any reason to be at odds with MM. I've talked to her, I've emailed her in the past and stuff, but I've never talked to her on a personal level, and it just felt like that was where Laura was trying to go with it. Like, I felt like she was going to try to pin on a fight between me and MM, and I wasn't going to have that happen, because what I was saying wasn't necessarily a dig at MM. It was basically like here's an example. They were live just a little while ago, and MM had said something to the point of, I used to be on the hate Laura train, and I got to a point where I reevaluated, and I didn't want, what does everybody want? Laura to hurt herself and blah, blah, blah. And I found that statement really interesting, because I feel like, in my opinion, okay, you're not doing that with Laura anymore. Oh, thank you, Charlie girl. You're not doing that with Laura anymore, but you're doing it to us now, or to other people. So I don't know how it really changed. I just think the person changed. You stopped going, hey, serendipity. You went, you're not hating on Laura anymore, but you're hating on others now. So I don't know how that really changed. So what? You don't want Laura to hurt herself, but let's attack other people. What if they do? And I just feel like I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like Laura has taken the things we have done and twisted them and turned them and made her feel like we're out to get Laura, or that, we're the bad people. And when I said earlier in Carla's that I wanted MM to take a step back and take step away from Laura instead of having Laura in your ear. Just kind of step back and look at the whole situation, because we haven't shown anything or said anything that wasn't true. So I just feel like Laura has made it so she sees us differently, and I wanted her to take that step back and see that we're not just doing it to be assholes. We're not just doing it to gang up on Laura. And she asked, like, what are we trying to do? Are we trying to have Laura hurt herself? Are we trying to get Laura off YouTube? Or are we trying to have people see Laura for the way she is? And I know for me, that's exactly what I'm doing. I want people to see Laura for Laura behind the scenes and on the screen, because I had that connection with Laura where behind the scenes is different than what she does on her live, and that she's not innocent and she's not innocent. What's the other word I'm looking for? She has done dirty shit, and she has done hurtful things to people, and for her to run around and act like she's never done anything, I just want people to see that she's not as innocent as she tries to claim to be. And the other thing I wanted to address is when I was addressing Laura, I gave her the kind of like the ex-Patreon type thing. Like, she did have a valid point with the ex-Patreons. I wanted to clear that up too, because I felt like I didn't, because I don't want the first bunch that left thinking that they were just attacking Laura and Laura was innocent, because that's not what I meant. And I don't think I worded it right. After I got off, I really thought about that. I just didn't agree with some of the way the ex-Patreons handled certain things. Not that they were wrong, not that they lied. I just felt like if you're going to come out and want to show Laura's truth, then I felt like you didn't have to throw all of us under the bus with her. And I felt like at times they did. Like, when I show screenshots of Laura's words, I make sure that I cover other people that were involved in that conversation, Patreons or whatever. I feel like I need to protect them because, not protect them, but protect them. I just felt like I want to show who Laura is and not the other people. And I felt like back then they would throw all of it out there, the good, bad, and the ugly, which put targets on our back just because we were supporting Laura at that time, and not that we were necessarily doing anything wrong, but it gave people that impression, in which put a target on our back. So I wanted to clear that up, because I don't want the ex-Patreons thinking like, Laura was innocent in all this. She treated them like crap, just like she treated the new people that have left like crap. And her, did they attack first? Absolutely not. She always attacks first, and then we attack. So I just kind of wanted to clear that up, because I don't want them to get the wrong impression. And it's just been crazy on YouTube. It's been crazy in my home life. I have some personal stuff going on, so I haven't been on. I'm really bummed that I was not able to go live about the Vanessa case that I did from the start. But hey Mojo, hey Left 15, hey Miss Michelle, hey Miss Behaven. But due to some home stuff, I wasn't able to. So I feel really bad about that because I know people were really enjoying me doing that case, and I feel really bad that I haven't. But sometimes things happen and you just have to take a step back. It's just been a really rough week because everybody, I don't know, between YouTube and home life, I just feel like I'm in like this whirlwind and my brain just can't stop. Like right now, I just feel like I'm all over the place. Like I know what I want to say, but I got 50,000 things running through my mind. Jenna, we did not want people attacked by her when they left or speak. Exactly, Amapia. And that's why I kind of wanted to address it because I didn't want people to get that impression because that's not what I was trying to say. But it's so hard for me to explain what I mean. Just today, anyways. Maybe I'll address it again, but today it's just like I know the words I want to use, but they're just not coming out right. And I don't want it to come out wrong because I feel like they were justified in showing their truth. I feel like they were justified in showing, what they showed, but there was certain things that I didn't agree with, that they did. I just wasn't. And that's just how I felt. But it's nothing against them. My dogs might freak out. I'm waiting. I'm on the mute button. Yeah, it's just been crazy. I mean, it's just been tough, with the world the way it is, and it's just been crazy. And I don't want to get emotional. It's just been a rough week. That's all. But at the same time, I felt like I wasn't going to have Laura come and try to bully me or twist my words. That wasn't going to happen. And I found it absolutely humorous when Serendipity, much love to her, when she came out and Laura bolted. I know Laura's going to say, oh no, I had to go back to work, but Serendipity has been trying to address her for God forever. And she dodges her every way she goes. And basically all I want Laura to do is stop saying you're innocent. Stop saying we haven't proved anything. Stop saying you never did anything. You did. You did, and just own that. Own it and stop saying that we're lying on you. Like, we're not. That's what drives me crazy because we have not lied. Hey, Bernie. Let me see. God, I got a lot of lurkers here today. Lurkers. Why don't you guys say something? I'm sure you guys have an opinion. My chat is wide open because I'm sure Laura's Patreons are here, and that's one of the things that I learned in Patreon. When you watch a live for Laura because she's not able to watch it for whatever reason, and then you run back and you give her misinformation, and then she flies off the handle when she should really listen to the live. Just like today when she came in and was like, Kelly, Jenna Moon, how long have I known you? And have I ever been racist? Have I ever been that? I never said you were. Like, so obviously somebody reported back to you wrong. Maybe you should rewind and listen with your own ears and stop taking what people want to hear and bring it back to you, and then it's wrong, and then you fly off the handle. Like, if you're going to address them, come with the true facts and not what somebody gave you. And, I know there's a lot of Patreons that are old, as you want to say, OGs, and they know we're not lying. even if you want to support Laura and you have Laura's back and you feel like we're not handling it correctly and we're not handling it the way you would, but you all know that we're not lying about those things. Just like when she brought up the fundraiser and, Tawanda's fundraiser today, that really got me heated because there was, I remember the day she did that fundraiser. After the fundraiser was done and everything, and then we were unaware. We thought that she dotted all her I's and crossed all her T's. There was, great fundraiser. So happy for Tawanda. You did great, Laura. Everybody was happy with it. And then, hi, Simon. And then when it came out, when Serendipity brought it out, us as Patreons were shocked. We were. And we did a phone call with Laura and we were like, what the heck is Serendipity talking about? And, we as Patreons were upset because you can't run a fundraiser like that. You can't run a fundraiser and not make sure it was as professional as you can get it. And we felt like she didn't hold it professionally. That fundraiser was on the 8th, and I don't think Tawanda got her first check out of Laura's mouth and Tawanda's mouth for like 4 weeks. PayPal is immediate. Okay, if it was super chat, I could see super chat because you don't get your super chat right away. So why would you wait that long? I know Laura said I waited that long because we ordered her gifts. Well, now this is the interesting part that many people don't know is that the gifts was raised, it was separate from the fundraiser. The Patreons wanted to give something to Tawanda on their own, like a purple community, whatever. So we kind of did our own kind of fundraiser inside Patreon. So that's separate. And like I said, I don't want to bring it up because Tawanda wants it to be done, but for her to come at me about that fundraiser when you didn't cross all your T's and dot all your I's because, yeah, do I have proof of that phone conversation? No, but you knew you did it wrong and you handled it wrong. So why come at Tawanda as Tawanda is a liar or Serendipity is a liar when really the dates add up and it shouldn't have taken you that long to give her the money. And then you didn't give her all the money at once. When you do a fundraiser, you give it to her all at once. Then you give her more. And then you sit there and say, and then people are coming to Tawanda and saying, wait, I wasn't on that list, or I wasn't on that list. I donated. And Tawanda doesn't have those people on the list. So then Laura says, well, there was other pages. I didn't feel like giving them to you. I didn't feel like my Patreons told me, screw you. I'm not giving you them, but you got your money. How does anybody know you got the money when we don't even know the amount? When we don't even know the people that donated? Like, all of it was wrong. And for you to come at Tawanda like she's wrong, she has the right to question that. You did that fundraiser. So instead of just being like a professional and see where Tawanda was coming from and try to work with Tawanda in a professional manner, you attacked her instead. You got mad at her instead. To me, Tawanda had every right to question it. And if you didn't do anything wrong, why would you freak out? Why would you get so defensive? Why would you turn the tables and make it like it's Tawanda's fault for asking questions? That just makes no sense to me. She would have never given Tawanda the remaining balance if it hadn't been addressed. Right there proves she was shady and kept some. In my opinion, I agree with that. I think Laura, in my opinion, and Laura can come at me all day because literally that woman does not scare me. And she can bring all the freaking chats she wants of me talking shit about people. Go right ahead. In my opinion, I feel like she felt like Tawanda would never question it. Because her and Tawanda were so close, and everybody knows the kind heart Tawanda has and the caring heart Tawanda has. And I feel like she felt like Tawanda would have never questioned it. Bottom line. And then, like I said, I just don't think it was handled correctly. And for you to come at me about the fundraiser when the fundraiser had nothing to do with me. So why are you going to come at me and Carla's about the fundraiser? You didn't do the fundraiser for me, you know? So, and your lies, Laura. Yeah, like this morning you caught me off guard. I didn't think you were going to come up. I really didn't. You know, so when you were like, give me lies I told. And I was trying to think quickly because there is many, but I couldn't think on my feet. So I threw out a couple. I threw out how you have people's pictures, people's Facebooks, people's real names in your Patreon. You said I've admitted to that. Okay. But in the next breath, you say the people that are in there are the people that have attacked me. Because you have said that on your live. I only look up people when they attack me. I need to know who's attacking me. I like to see who's attacking me. That's not true. There is a lot of people that were in there that she has pictures of that have never attacked her, have never came at her. So like when Make a Mobster, that's the other thing where I'm like, I feel like Laura tells Make a Mobster what Laura wants her to hear, but not the truth. And that's where I'm trying to say, Make a Mobster, take a step back. Like, I've given you screenshots to Make a Mobster when you wanted to know who was looking you up and stuff. You have no reason not to believe me. But yeah, I feel like the things that I've said, it's like you think I'm just attacking Laura and I'm making it up and I'm on to just this hate train, and it's not true because you're under the impression that Laura only looks up people that attack her, and that's not true. Laura looks up many people that even if they didn't attack her, she still looks them up. Other things, what's the other things that Laura has lied about? I should have made notes because afterwards my brain was going and I was like, oh yeah, there's that. Oh yeah, there's that. You know, I wish I could remember. And I know she's going to be like, see, she can't even think of anything. See, look at her. She's hesitating. She's stuttering. She can't think. No, because let me tell you, if as I'm going, if I think of it, I'll pull it out. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, oh, this is another thing. Like, she says she's never talked bad about her Patreons, ever. People, they support her. She never talks bad about them. That is a blatant lie, too. There is men in that secret chat. She would talk about people. I could name some, but I don't want to hurt their feelings, you know, but don't feel like Laura doesn't talk about her Patreons. She absolutely does. When you are in voice and you're being annoying, or people that there's people that she talks to in there that have been Patreons forever and they're just liars. They could be the possible mold. Like, if you don't think Laura has talked crap, she's talked crap about all of us. I mean, I'm sure she's even talked crap about me back in the day to other people. The other thing she lies about is it took her to get backed in the corner and for the proof to come out that she had secret chats. She always had secret chats, but she would lie to her Patreons all the time about those secret chats. But it was only until she got caught. Her not caring about Marianne. That's a lie. She talks about Marianne on a daily. She might not talk about Marianne with Tiffany Marie and Makeup Mobster, but she talked to us on a daily about Marianne. I mean, there's just so many things. And they're not like huge lies. Some of them are, some of them aren't. Some of them are just like, why do you even have to lie about that? Just own it. Like, what the fuck? You're supposed to be this, got good, you have such integrity and stuff, and you don't lie, and you tell it how it is. Then why do you do the stupid lies? Like some of them. Help Jenna with the lies. Laura did. She never shared text or recorded phone calls. Oh, okay. Yes, she did. She says that she shared a couple. That's what she said in her live. I have done that, but I've only shared a couple. Let me tell you, people, there was more than just a couple. There is way more than just a couple. People that have emailed her, people that have called her, phone calls that we listened to. Oh, and like Makeup Mobster and Tiffany Marie talked about how Laura's never gone real life. Okay, yeah, Laura might not have called police and Laura might not have called CPS, but just because it's not CPS and just because it's not the police doesn't mean she hasn't gone real life. That has hurt people. Let's talk about Stephanie T for a minute. Back in the day, when Stephanie T's mom passed away, was Laura behind that funeral call? Absolutely, Laura was behind that funeral call. Her letting us listen to personal phone calls with her friends, Barbie, Alicia. Yeah, she did let us listen. We would listen forever. There's personal things that we shouldn't have known, that we know about people that we've never even spoke to before. And Laura did call the cops on DW, Dad Without a Phone. Yes, she did. She absolutely did call the cops on Dad with a phone, but like I said, right is right, wrong is wrong, and Dad with the phone did threaten Laura. So can I really use that cop call as like she did it in malicious intent? No, because she did feel threatened by Dad with the phone at that time. So Laura has gone real life at times. It might not be CPS and might not be cop calls, but she absolutely did. And that was hurt just as much. So maybe Makeup Mobster and Tiffany Marie haven't, but Laura definitely has. Laura absolutely has. Laura has threatened to do it. I don't think Tiffany Marie and Makeup Mobster have ever, but there's a stream one day that Laura did, and she was so mad at Diane and Wendy. She took it down. I don't know who saw it, but I know I saw it, where she was threatening to go real life on Wendy and Diane. Did she do it? No, but the threat was there. So you can't sit there and say You don't go that low. Yeah, you do. And then she's going to say, well, I was mad. Well, mad why? Because they came at you with YouTube stuff. So you decided to go on them about real life stuff. Why did she go to the funeral home? I was confused. She that funeral home that she went to, she was doing the case, and it was a public viewing type thing, so that's why she went. Hi, Lisa. I miss Michelle. Laura looked nervous last night. Of course she was nervous. Of course she was nervous. You know, that's the thing, because she has to be able to, she wants to get off so she can come on her panel and manipulate everybody and convince them that she's this innocent party and we're just so mean to, we're just out to get her. We're just this hate mob. We're not just this hate mob. All we want is for people like Make a Mobster asked. That is what I'm doing. I don't know. I'm not speaking for anybody else, but that is what I'm doing. Oh, hi, Wendy. Thank you for coming in. But that's what I'm doing. I am showing people what I've seen behind the scenes and up front of Laura, and it's two different people. And just like her with the suicide thing, at first it was a lie, then it was fake, and then it was forever ago. But that's how some of our Patreon calls would go. She absolutely tried to fake that suicide. I don't care how she spins it. She wanted to do that. The only reason why she didn't do it is because we talked her out of it. If we didn't talk her out of it, I put money on it she would have done it. There was many times that we would have to talk Laura out of a lot of things. A lot of things. And like I said, she can manipulate it tonight like she is, she's already got her live scheduled. It sounds more like she's going for Diane and Wendy instead, but I'm sure I'm going to get thrown in there. I'm sure. And that's fine. Like I said, I'm not going to stop calling you out for your lies. I'm just not. To talk about, Sarah's kid, when you sat there and said autistic children are weird. You have a child with Asperger's, but he's not weird. But autistic children are weird. She's going to deny that she said that, but she didn't. That's exactly what she said. And there was many people on that phone call when she said it. Sorry, I have a child that's autistic. My son is not weird. She doesn't think before she speaks. And then after she calms down, then she cannot do cash giveaways to only her paying members. It's again, yeah. But she thinks she can break all the rules. She thinks she's untouchable. But she'll deny that, but you can't deny that. That's exactly what you said. I'm sorry, my son is not weird. Autistic children that have disabilities are not weird. And it's because she was upset at that moment, and that's what Laura does. And then after she calms down, then she's like, oops, I shouldn't have said that. But do you think you get a sorry? Do you think you get an apology for it? Hell no. You get, well, I'm Laura. What do you want from me? Sometimes a sorry will go a long way. And how she doesn't throw her friends under the bus. I was your friend and you absolutely threw me under the bus a couple of times. I came to you in private and told you private things, and you literally go live and blast it on your live. And then when I confront you about it, you're like, oops, what's the big deal? Who cares? So don't act like you're a great friend and you don't throw your friends under the bus. Yes, you do. You know, just like you know, I'm sure Tiffany Marie and Makeup Mobster are not going to care, and they don't have to care. They don't. But if they don't think Laura has talked bad about, hold on, guys, I got my mailman's blowing up. So give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. My little one's only barking, but I'm sure Makeup Mobster and Tiffany Marie are not going to care. They're going to be like, oh, so what? Laura's talk shit. You know what? But that's what Laura shows on us. Like when we called her out on Carla's that night, she went live and showed all her shit talking, thinking that she was going to break up friendships because, at times we talked about one another or whatever, Laura has absolutely talked about Tiffany Marie badly. She has talked about John Crimes badly. She has talked about, Alicia badly. Now, Alicia, I saw it in the chat today. How, Alicia, you're such an asset. You're such a good person. If Alicia only knew the crap Laura talked about her. But those are the things Laura lies about. Those are the things Laura lies about. Sorry. All of a sudden, my street got crazy and my dogs love to talk. Absolutely, she's talked about everybody badly. Absolutely. Sarah, do you remember anything else that I'm missing that I could address? Because I know she asked, so I figured because it was chaotic on Carla's, and like I said, I was kind of unprepared. She kind of caught me off guard. But I was with her for a year and a half. I was, like I said on Diane and Wendy's, I was in all those secret chats. I know every move Laura made. Just like the whole, this is old news too, and it wasn't a big deal, but Wogs, how she told Wogs only his wife and him were in the pictures that were in the secret chat. No, his daughter was in the secret chat. That wasn't a lie either. So, when the expatriates found that, she denied that too. She tried to tell Wogs, no, it's just you and your wife. No. Mm-mm. And she did not look Wogs up because his wife looked like one of her Patreons. Absolutely not. She looked him up because she was nosy. Bottom line. I can drop a link. I'm just trying to think of certain things that I might be missing that might be important that people need to know. Yeah, I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like she's got people in her web, and it drives me crazy because I just want to sit there and scream, don't go towards the light. Don't follow the light. Don't follow Laura, because I can see what she's doing because I've known her for so long, and I know she's never trolled. She trolls people every night. Yes, she loves to troll. She always trolls at night. She trolls Wogs like every other night. Like, she has a chat just for trolling. She has two people plus herself in that chat. I was never in that chat, but I knew what that chat was. But she has two other people plus her in that chat. Those two people like to troll with her. And before that, with the ex Patreons, she used to troll with a couple of them at night. She absolutely trolls. She did troll Mommy Ramblings, absolutely. Back in the day, I'm not saying recently because I wasn't in there, so I don't know. But back in the day, she did troll Mommy Ramblings, absolutely. She was jealous of Mommy Ramblings. She never understood how Mommy Ramblings could have 700 people in her life. Laura was jealous. And I think that's the first time she told the truth about being jealous of somebody. She was absolutely jealous of Mommy Ramblings because she didn't know how the Chris Watts case was over and Mommy Ramblings was still talking about it, and it could be 3 o'clock in the morning and she could still have 700 people in there. And so she would go in trolling her. Yes. She asks you bag her every time she tries to troll. It's something, you have the magic touch for catching Laura because you bag her every time. Like I said, I own my shit right from jump. I've always owned my shit. I've owned my shit back in the day. I admitted to the shit I did back in the day. I have nothing to hide. I have nothing that Laura's going to throw out and people are going to look at me and be like, oh, Jenna Moon shady. It ain't going to happen. So, but I will call her out on her shit until she can actually sit on a panel and own that she's not shady. I'm going to keep doing it. And if she wants all this to stop, now my husband's home. So if she wants people to leave her alone, for me, that's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take. But the more you lie, the more I'm going to call you out on it. So if you want it to go, or you want me to leave you alone, own your shit. Because you don't own your shit. I'm so tired of you sitting on your panel saying you always own your shit. No, you don't. And just like, I think Laura's denied that Kiki. She looked up Kiki. She absolutely looked up Kiki. She did. It's in the secret chat. She looked up Kiki. She can deny it all she wants, but it's in there. She knows who Kiki is. She knows where Kiki lives. She wanted to see if Kiki really had a husband and if she really had kids. She couldn't figure that part out. But she at least knew the town, and she didn't think you were a 911 dispatcher. So those were the things she was trying to find out. But she at least got your name. Like, she couldn't figure out if you were married. She couldn't figure out if you really had a kid. And she couldn't figure out if you actually were a 911 dispatcher. But she at least figured out your name and where you lived. That's how far she got. You're going to be very busy, gentlemen. Oh, I'm probably going to be. Oh, thank you, Mona. Yeah, I don't know. And I know there's going to be people that are never going to see it. And that's okay. I don't want people to leave Laura. I don't want people to, I just want them to know who she is and what she's about and what to be careful of. Yes, I can prove all this. Absolutely, I can prove all this. Whatever. Win-win. My email's down at the bottom. Just email me on what you want. No, you're fine. Like what you're looking for, because, like I said, I'm not gonna say it if I can't prove it. I wouldn't sit here and say these things if I couldn't prove it. Just like when Diane wanted me to come up about the suicide thing, I straight up told Diane, I can come up, I can say it, but that doesn't mean I have proof of it, because I don't. It was on a phone call. It's her word against mine. Um, you know, so I'm straightforward, and I always have been. I've been straightforward with the stuff I did. I've been straightforward. I don't show it, just like the whole um uh Blondie thing, her having a Patreon, pretend be Blonde to go to the other side. Everybody didn't think that was real until I showed the proof. Hey, Puss in Boots.
Howdy.
Happy. I don't care who supports Laura either, but I just want them to know what they have. Jenna, you really need to come on panel and show the proof you have. I can definitely gather it up. I have some already that I've had in my kind of back pocket waiting, like the her talking crap about Tiffany Marie, the one where she's talking about John Crimes. There's a couple I have, but I can definitely look.
My thing is this. We know there's going to be people that are going to be diehard Laura supporters forever and ever. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Get that. We just want people to know the truth.
Right.
And because we don't want people to get stabbed in the back like we did.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I just want people to be aware. Like, make your decision. You want to support her, that's all well and good. Go ahead. Support her, but at least know what you're supporting. And that's what I feel I'm obviously Puss in Boots is trying to do, and what I'm trying to do. I do have her email, Wendy. I will send her what I have right after this.
She's talked her shit as far as I'm concerned. She's talked her shit about me. I can take it. I got pretty thick skin. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to everybody else, like Tawanda and Tracy, I saw red.
Yeah.
Because we all were ride or die, would do anything for her. Yeah. And to get treated like this, no. Fuck that.
And I think that's what bothers me the most, because I was a ride or die for her, even if I didn't agree with her. And that's the one thing I would say, I didn't agree with her. But I had that girl's back at all times of the night. Anytime 100%. She needed me, she only needed to text me and I was there, and for her to flip it like, I'm just looking for friends, and I'm just a bottom feeder, and I just need to be accepted. No, the fuck I don't. I'm good standing on my own. I don't need no acceptance from anybody. I'm good.
Exactly. The whole reason, speaking for me, I don't want to speak for anybody else. I didn't like what I was seeing. It wasn't what I signed up for, and I just wanted to bow out quietly. I didn't want any more drama. I didn't want any bullshit. But you know what? That's just not how she works.
Right. Exactly. It's just not. And she tries to spin it that we attack first. Nobody even knew I was gone. Nobody, not the other side, not even the Patreons knew I was gone. That's how quick I bowed out and how quietly I bowed out. She kept telling the Patreons that I was taking a break because she did not want them to know that I left in hopes that I would come back. And I was not.
Because you were that important, that's why.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And it took for Laura to go live to throw me out there And so you threw first blood and you couldn't even be respectful. You couldn't even sit on your panel and say, you know, I appreciated everything Jenna Moon did for me. You know, she left. She didn't agree with what I was doing or whatever, her own reason. But if you would have done it respectfully, I never would have came at you. But you didn't. You made it like I was this horrible person, that I was a piece of shit, that I lie. You know, I don't lie.
It was another opportunity for her to be the victim.
Right. I'm going to shut off my camera so I can do things you're not allowed to do on YouTube now.
You little rebel.
Yeah, right? That's a hard thing to break, though, you know, for people that do smoke. I've seen a couple that are like, oh, crap, I'm on camera. That's a hard one to break. That is absolutely a hard one to break.
I don't get why YouTube is going after that and not doing more about the harassment and the cyberbullying and all that. I don't get that.
Yeah, I that's what I mentioned on Carlos today too. I was like, you know, the people are at fault, but at the same time, it's YouTube's fault too, because they're doing nothing to stop this. You know, not that, you know, the people aren't to blame that are doing it, absolutely, but this is their platform at the end of the day. It's their platform more than it's ours, and they're doing nothing to protect the people that are on YouTube. And I feel like that should be their top priority, not us smoking on a camera.
Exactly. And creators should be held responsible for their actions.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, they should. Absolutely, they should. Yep. And I feel like people shouldn't be able to make, you know, accounts after accounts. Once you use your name, like on Facebook, if I use Jenna Moon on Facebook and somebody goes to make a Jenna Moon, it's not accepted. It should be like that on YouTube too. Absolutely, it should be like that on YouTube, where so people can't be cloned and this stuff doesn't happen.
Oh, cloning accounts.
Mm-hmm. It shouldn't be allowed. And I don't know if YouTube will ever catch up. I don't know. Hopefully.
I don't know, with the bot still keeping an eye on things.
Just be your boy self, Ash. Just say it. She's like, let me see how to say this correctly. She's been saying, oh, I'm going to say, never mind. No. Now she's saying,
Ash, come on up here.
Just say it, girl.
Ash, come up here and say it. I'll get down.
Hey, TL Hodge. Oh, you don't have to get down, Fuss. There's plenty of room.
Ash, jump up on panel and say it. You'll feel better.
Yeah, right. And then, like, you know, like I said on Carlos today, the whole people, I don't know, like the whole Mandy Bell thing, that bothers me. Like, I just feel like people are giving her a pass, and I don't think they should. Yes, she gave out information. That's all well and good. I'm happy that Brian got the information that he's been wanting, that people have sat on since April. I'm happy for that, but it took Mandy Bell to do it because she was mad at Laura. Now, if she was never mad at Laura, I don't think we would still know. And everybody's like, oh, thank you, Mandy. You know, I'm so glad you came. Yeah, I just call bullshit on that. I just
Why can't they say something in April?
Right. Exactly.
I'm sorry. When it comes to CPS calls, everybody knows I've been a CPS caseworker. I don't give a damn what the situation is. You don't want blindsided. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what happened to Brian, and it shouldn't have happened.
No, Kiki, she didn't want me to leave because she knew that I had a lot of stuff. Like I said, I was in every secret chat. I ran her Discord. I have everything. She was absolutely worried about me leaving. She didn't want, that's why there was other Patreons on that panel this morning, and she specifically came up to address me, not Galloway, not anybody. And as soon as Sarah came out, she she dipped out, but she came up directly to come at me because she wants to discredit me, and that's not going to happen. It's just not. And I even defended Laura this morning. I did. Because right is right, wrong is wrong. Even though I want Laura to own her shit, I'm not going to lie on her. I'm not going to sit there and go with the crowd if I know it's not true.
You did defend her because a
Right.
popular notion going on, allegedly, was
Mhm.
that she was the trolled account or cloned account
Right.
of Marianne that went after Mommy Ramblings. We
Right.
don't know that for sure at all.
We don't. Did I ever see her clone an account the whole year and a half I was in there? No, I didn't.
I didn't either.
I never did. I see her troll, yes, but I've never seen her clone, ever. And if she did, it was a secret to everybody. Was she ever racist? No, I never saw that from Laura ever. So I'm not out to get Laura. I'm not out to destroy Laura. I'm just out to show what the truth is.
That, and honestly, once everything's all said and done, I'm ready for it to be over with. We left Patreon. It's time to move forward.
Right. How many times has she said she was going to ghost us? I mean, really, I can't even count. Exactly. And she never does. Like last night, she was doing a crime case. Like Laura kind of freaked out in MM's chat today because Tracy came on panel and pointed that out. Laura literally had a crime case. She had an interview going on. It was an interesting interview from what I heard. I don't watch her, so from what I heard, it was a good interview. It was an interesting case, and she literally cut that person off so she could come out and deal with the drama. She tried to deny that, but I mean, she literally cut him off. I have to agree. Moon delivers it better. I say it, and it's laced with profanity.
I kicked myself off.
I see that.
I pulled it to Wanda.
I think social media has affected her mental health. I've heard that a lot. I didn't know her in the MMA days. I did watch some of her videos back then, and I think she had some issues back then, but nothing like she is now. No. Not at all. Once she came into drama, that was definitely her downfall. She should have stuck with crime. She should have.
But the crime's not bringing in the numbers.
No, it's not. And
I think that's the main reason why she's stuck with it.
And just like she doesn't like to do the work for it either.
No.
Because like we said back in the day, she used to have a Patreon do all her crime research. She would have
stuff up for her, everything.
Yep, set it up, write it out, everything. So when Laura got out of work, it was there. And Laura could go live. So all those, those good crimes and built her channel and all that. And that's the other thing. That's the other thing that drives me nuts, because she sits there and says, all these people have built their channel off of me and I don't talk about them. If you go to her Life Perplexed and actually go through all her videos, I can't even tell you how many times she said Diane and Wendy's name in the title, Ash's name in the title, Marianne's name in the title.
Serendipity.
She talks about us just as much as we talk about her. I think it's an even number, so you're not any better than us. You do it just as much as we do, but we're not
directly going after her.
No.
We only say something if she does. She doesn't say anything. We mind our own business. We do what we want to do.
Yes. Absolutely. So did you change? I
don't want to go to channels.
You're right.
The content.
You're right, Ash. When she was being those accounts that she admitted to last night, with her own mouth. Everybody saw it, everybody heard it. Now, today it's a different story, but she did admit to those text messages. They were not fake, they were not altered. She tried to say they left a part out. They did not leave a part out. She absolutely tried to make Marianne and 180 look like they were racist. Absolutely.
Didn't she read the text messages off last night?
Yes. She read them from her own phone. It wasn't like she read them from the screen. She literally went through her phone till April, whatever date it was, and literally read it word for word for word. And then today, she tried to say, like, they left out the part that she said she would. I would never do that, though, like that part, like I said a couple weeks ago, that's one of the things Laura has learned to do to try to get herself out of trouble. She says, I'm just joking. I would never do that. And those are her cues. So if the screenshots ever come out, she has that to protect herself. Because she has learned from the first Patreons that left.
Then there's that little class she gave on fixing text messages and screenshots.
Mm-hmm. And ever since then, everything is fake. Have you noticed that?
Oh, yeah.
Ever since she figured out that, everything can be altered. Facebook chats can be altered. Regular text can be altered. Discord can be altered. Anything can be altered. Now everything is, and like her trying to say, I never went into other people's Discords. Okay, no, maybe you didn't, but you had others for you. Listen, but we all know who that one person. There was one person that was her famous page Discord troll molar that would sneak in and give Laura all the information. So Laura always saying, oh, I don't care what they're saying over there. They're the ones that pay me to know what I'm saying. They're the ones that send moles into my Patreon. I don't go to their Patreon. You're right. Laura does not do it. She has other
people do it.
She has her Patreons do it. And like she was talking about how I went into Kimmy's Peace Discord one time. I absolutely did go into Kimmy Peace, but I didn't go in under any name but my own. I ran Laura's Discord. I knew that they would see me in there. I wasn't stupid. If I really wanted to get in there to get dirt, I would have made up a name and went in there. But I didn't. I went in under my own name and they caught me right away. Ash played around with me. Mandy Lynn played around with me. Kimmy P played around with me. And then they finally booted me. But I wasn't trying to be secretive. I wouldn't.
No, you're not like that.
I knew it because Kimmy P said it was an open Discord. So I was like, hey, I'll go in and see what's going on. If she didn't care, she would stop responding to what they send her. She can't. She can't help herself. She can't help herself. Do you know how many times we have told her to just ignore it and I know, way to be a mole, right? I was such a good mole. CPK. But that was the thing. Like there was times when she would get screenshots and stuff. And that's the thing. Like she goes off of a screenshot and then goes live and freaks the hell out. And then it's like, Laura, go back and listen to the live. You're misconstruing it. You're attacking these people, and that's not what they said. And that's what you get for not actually going in and watching what they're saying.
She does that so she can keep up her MO of, well, I don't watch other people and what they say.
Right. And she does.
Laura's the type of person that does not want to get her hands dirty. She'll have other people do it for her. So nothing comes back 100% on her unless she admits it.
No offense, but her and Molly Golightly could be twins in that aspect. Sorry.
You said that, I didn't.
I mean, my opinion, they are just alike. They were always, they would talk to each other. They would give each other heads up, everything. But Molly Golightly has her people to do her dirty work, and Laura has hers to do her. I mean,
I'm going to keep my
then
mouth shut on
use
that one
it
because I was
against
cool with both
us.
of them.
And that's the other thing that makes me mad. It's like, yeah, okay, we were in that, we would go into a Discord, or we did this or we did that. And she would sit there, and now that we left, she says, we did all that. Why don't you add that we did that because you wanted us to?
That's what she
Like,
leaves out. Yeah.
and that's what she leaves out. That is what she leaves out. Yep. So it's just, like I said, I mean, I just want people to know, and I'm just tired of her sitting there like she is the God gift of YouTube. You're not any better than anybody else on here, and you have, in some cases, have done worse.
Yep.
You really have. In some cases, not every, but don't act like you're innocent and you've never done stuff to hurt people. You have.
We're
And
all
in,
proof of that.
right, and intentionally hurt people. Mario, FYI, never did anything shady in here. Just saying. What do you mean, Mario, for Molly? Oh, no. Like I said, I don't, you know, I'm sorry, everybody has done their stuff. Every creator has had somebody go look at something or be there, whatever. I'm just saying that Laura and Molly Golightly have had their people do their things, but their hands get clean, and then when the cat's out of the bag, they don't have, no offense, but they don't have to take that responsibility because we did it. I don't think, I'm not saying she has her Patreons do it. I'm not saying that. Laura has her Patreons do it. Like, I don't want people to take that wrong, but everybody has seen it in the community that, Molly Golightly has had people do things for her. Not whether it's horrible or not horrible, she still has had people go to get information or something like that. It might not even be anything big, but it's still like Laura in that aspect. Did anyone happen to catch go on a little spill about how Laura doesn't have a clue what goes on around here and she's the last to know this and that? I'm thinking, who are you trying to fool? Laura absolutely does. I can't tell you how many times as Patreons we sat in Discord and listened to lives all together, and Laura would play it through her computer and read all you guys' messages, and we would all sit there and talk shit. And then Laura would go, and then she would go live and say, but I didn't watch them. We just watched them for 2 hours in your Discord. Like, yeah, you did watch them, so yeah. Lord absolutely knows what goes on around here.
And Jenna's not saying that everybody's done it, but there's been people here and there where that has happened.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't troll. I didn't go under whatever different names, get information. I didn't have time to do that.
Jenna Moon, at the end of the day, she has others get info while she gets paid for it, and while her Patreons, absolutely she does. Yes. Like we used to always kind of say, Laura, we're paying you. So really, we're your boss. In all reality, you should be working for us. You should be working for, the things that we want. We want true crime. We want you to stop with the drama. We want this or that.
Exactly.
We're paying you. So you should, and that's not how it would go. She's like, no, it's my channel. It's my business. I'm going to run it the way I want to run it. Then what the hell are we paying for? To be honest, when you don't even take our advice or you don't even take into consideration our ideas. I know for the new year, she had this resolution This was her New Year's
that big old meeting.
Yes, we had a big mod meeting, Patreon meeting. She had a New Year's resolution. She was only going to do 20% of drama. And it wasn't going to be this kind of drama anymore. She was going to do like drama as a reaction video or whatever. And she was going to do 75% true crime. That was her New Year's resolution. There was people that waited over 30 days for it to change. And they'd be like, Laura, we're not seeing the change. And she'd be like, just stick with me a little longer. I gotta just end a couple of loose ends and then I'm gonna do it. We're into July of 2020 and she still has not done 20% of drama and 75% of true crime.
People that were with her from days ended up leaving because she didn't stick with her word.
Right.
She didn't follow through on leaving the drama behind and going forward with true crime. And that was really sad because we all made friends with each other.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us did.
Oh, and that's the other thing. You know, now that Puss in Boots is on here, I mean, there's been others on here, but it will show that I've had different Patreons on the panel, and they're going to say the same thing. Laura has always said she does not tell her Patreons where to go.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Does she say you're not allowed to go in there? No, she doesn't. But if she catches you in there, she reams you from kingdom come. What are you doing in there with those haters? Blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
You're a mole. Then she instantly thinks you're a mole and you're trying to get information. Laura absolutely wants complete control. We weren't allowed to have like us as friends because we've all became friends inside her Patreon, where you would think, oh, a couple of us have gotten really close and we want a chat because a couple of us have more in common than the others and we don't feel comfortable talking in the main chat. So we would make a chat to go talk. That wasn't allowed. Laura did not want Patreons talking with other Patreons. Because she did not want us becoming friends. And she said this time and time again. This is why I don't want secret chats. This is why, because you all get together and then you guys feed off each other and I end up being the bad guy. Who are you guys here to support? Me or each other? That's what she would say to us. You're here to support me. You're not here to make friends.
Yet she still created secret chats.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She had to have her hands in them. That's why.
Yep. Right. As long as she was in the chats, she was good. So she could watch everything. She was good. But if she wasn't in there, it was not okay. Not okay at all. Nope. She needed to have control of what her Patreons are doing at all times. And I mean, we're here to support her, not be, I just never got why I have to pay her and then follow all these rules. Like, why can't I talk to people? Why can't I go into other chats? Why can't this? Why can't that? I'm still in your lives supporting you. I'm still paying you. So that should be all I need to do. Instead, there was rules. There's always rules. Like, you can't go in chats, you can't talk. It's crazy.
It's only approved chats.
Right. Approved chats. Yeah.
She didn't care when we were in MFWs and they were all cool with each other.
No.
But when people started giving her money, she sure didn't like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I work my ass off for my money. If I want to donate it to a creator, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yep. I remember the night that poor Tawanda got blasted from Laura. because she gave
Mm-hmm.
Jay for Justice a donation and she was a wrench for Jay for Justice. Laura lost her mind because Tawanda was paying Jay for Justice a donation. Like
It,
when did us becoming a Patreon give you the right to control who we donate to and who we don't? And that's how it was. And that's
I'm not
exactly
going to say which creator I'm talking about, but there were frequent phone calls and messages trying to convince me to not be a part of that Patreon.
mm-hmm. Yep.
And I
Yep.
said, no.
Yep. Absolutely. We literally, if you got caught, and she can spin it any way she wants, but I mean, all us ex Patreons would come up and say the same thing. It's our money. We work hard for it. And if we want to give another creator money, we should be able to. And that was just not, was not allowed. Was not. You're supporting the haters. How dare you support the haters? Like, really? Like, when did you get to control where I put my money and where I don't? And she didn't.
Exactly.
I just want people to take a step back. She's not as innocent as she claims to be. That's it.
Look at
She's
the
not.
whole picture.
It really, right. Like, I mean, how many of us is there now? 15? Maybe ex Patreons? Because she tried to name like 5 Patreons that left and never said anything. Those people never said anything when they were Patreons. That's the difference.
Exactly.
There was a one live that she did where she was like, well, this person left and this person left and this person left and they've never dragged me. They never went to the other side. They're still in my live supporting me. So I'm not all that bad. Those people never said boo anyways. So of course.
And here's another thing. Were those ex-Patreons mods?
Mm-mm.
The
No.
mods saw the real stuff that was going on.
Right.
And that's why she can't stand it when a mod leaves.
Right. Everybody that she mentioned were just regular Patreons. So the regular Patreons, the ones that just support her and be quiet and come into her live, she never, talks bad about them or whatever. So when they choose to leave, it's okay. But the ones that know who Laura is and the dirt on Laura, then that becomes a problem.
Oh, JoJo, rest in peace, Ziggy.
Yes, rest in peace. Mafia, Jenna, can you please read my message? Yes, hold on, let me find it. Are you way up there? You must be way up there. Where did you go? Jenna, how about what she did to Ziggy? She never helped her call for a dog. Where is the service dog account for Ziggy? How about the night she died? Where are those donations? I have no idea.
I don't know either.
She never has shown us. I mean, never. She has never shown proof that she's donated to the service dog. Ziggy really wanted help before she passed away to get a service dog, and Laura was too busy. I have my own stuff to do. I can't be worrying about that, blah, 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 blah. So, no, Ziggy never got the dog that she wanted because Ziggy needed help. But the donations that Ziggy got that night, I have no idea where they went. The dollar Patreon, if you go on to Patreon and look, she still has it listed that it goes to the Ziggy Foundation for the dogs. But none of us have ever seen it. Never.
No.
Even when she says, oh, there's only $10 in there. Because, I mean, I know Wendy has brought that up, Diane and Wendy. And then she'll clap back. There's only $10 in there. I'm waiting until there's a good amount. Then show us that there's $10 in there. That's how you're going to.
I don't give a damn if there's $2 in there.
Right, but that's how you're going to shut people up, is when you prove that there is money sitting in that account waiting to go over. But instead, you just say, I'm not going to send it when there's only $10. I just want a big amount, okay? but at least show the people that have donated, show them that that account sits there, and and show that when she passed away and we all us Patreons donated, show us that that money went to that foundation. She's never done that. Ever.
I hope it really is sad. I agree with you.
Let me find out that she's using Ziggy's death as a profit. Oh, because Ziggy was wonderful to Laura. Wonderful. Let me tell you, that will not be pretty if it comes out. Not pretty at all if she's using Ziggy's passing as a pocket for her.
I loved Ziggy so much. When we had Patreon meetings, I would go back in the text and make sure that what she said was read out and people heard it, because she couldn't speak for herself.
Life rewinded. Jenna, do you remember when she tried to... Oh, I lost it. When she tried to deny hating the Fab Four and called me a liar, and I played her saying it from her own life. She was definitely jealous of the Fab Four. She thought it was stupid. She thought it was, it was so corny and, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, she absolutely, because she wasn't in that circle, she didn't get to know the dirt.
She sure was not.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you what, those were the first few people that I subbed to on YouTube.
Yep. I didn't think...
I still sub to today.
I didn't think Science Girl would ever forgive her too, but I think Science Girl is unaware of half the crap that Laura used to talk about her. I mean, really. I think if Science Girl really knew how much crap Laura used to talk about her, I don't think they would be friends or cordial like Science Girl wants it to be.
I'm with JoJo, but throw up black hearts because Ziggy loved black hearts.
Yep. I remember the night she had the live when she found out she had to point out to me that Ziggy hated me. That made me feel pretty awful. Not sure why she said that. I never had an issue with Ziggy. Ziggy loved everybody.
Ziggy couldn't hate anybody if she tried.
No. Mm-mm.
So when she says that, bullshit.
It is bullshit because Ziggy loved everybody. She just wanted everybody to get along. She wanted the drama to end. She wanted people to just stop the hate. Ziggy was a very caring person and just wanted everybody to just get along. And like when Ziggy made her Discord, and I run Ziggy's Discord as well. Me and somebody else run Ziggy's Discord that she made before she passed. And she made it so everybody was welcome. And Laura had a big issue with that. Laura had a big issue with that. She did not want Ziggy allowing everybody in there. But Ziggy wanted that. She wanted a place where everybody could come in and talk and have a good time and not have the hate. Mm-hmm.
Nobody could tell Ziggy what to do. No. And Laura knew that.
She absolutely just said it to be mean, Ash. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ziggy didn't have a mean bone in her body. I mean, don't get me wrong. She was a firecracker. And if you came at her, she had no problem coming at you. But nobody really ever came at Ziggy because there was no reason to. Everybody did.
Pop Trauma, I'm glad she did that for you. That's just who she was.
Yep. I hope Science Girl watches Mandy Bell's video and doesn't just take Perp's word. I don't know. I mean, I think Science Girl just wants no issues with Laura. I think she just wants to be cordial with Laura. So that's my impression I got with her being on Carla's. She just doesn't want to fight with Laura anymore. So I think she's going to do anything and everything to try to just stay cordial.
Ash, I remember when I accidentally came into Ziggy's Discord, it was after she passed. Someone had put the link in our Discord and I clicked on it, not even paying attention, and I couldn't get out of there fast enough. Ash,
Mandy,
you can come in there
you
anytime.
absolutely can come in there. She made it for that reason. She really did. That was her way of trying to get this community back together. She was
Yep.
really wanting to get this community to not hate. Opinions doesn't equal being a hater. Absolutely. Absolutely, Kiki. And that's the one thing. Laura can have her opinions all day long. Laura can have her thoughts and her feelings and the way she sees things, but God forbid if we have ours. Then we're haters. We're bottom
God, trauma.
we went to the other side. I didn't go to the other side. I went to my side. And I just stopped hating on people that never did anything to me. Like, I didn't like Ash. I didn't like Kiki. I didn't like Marianne. I didn't like 180. I didn't like all those people because Laura didn't like those people. And that's how her Patreon runs. That is, until this day, I know that's how her Patreon runs. If people are mean to Laura, you are not to like them. And I got sick of that because you guys never did anything to me, ever. You guys, ever. Nobody ever. And I didn't like you guys because Laura didn't like you guys. So when I left Laura's, I was like, you know what? I'm going to come out and I'm going to get to know people and I'm going to make my opinions based on my opinions. And I do have to say, even though I'm not on quote unquote the other side, you guys have been wonderful. Yeah,
Amen to that. I agree 100%. I've been going into Diana Wendy's, Randy's,
yeah, you
Marsha's.
feel welcome, all of us.
Yeah.
And you didn't hold it against us because we were a Laura Patreon. And I feel horrible that I would sit there and, criticize you guys and, talk shit about you guys, all because I was a Laura supporter and that's what I was supposed to do. I'm not saying she had mind control over me because nobody has control over our minds. But when you're in an environment that is like that, you end up thinking like that. Does that make sense? Because you guys
It's
used
that
to say it
counter
was
suggestion.
yeah, you guys used to always say she runs it like a cult and she, all that. And that used to infuriate us. It used to infuriate us because we would argue with Laura all the time and say, we don't agree with that. Leave this person alone. Don't do that. But, she would still do what she wanted. And just because we were her mods and we took our modding very seriously, so we would come in and mod, that used to, because it wasn't a cult. But at the same time, I can see where you guys got that because we would all come in and attack you guys and you guys never did anything to us. So I can see how you guys saw it as a cult because why are we attacking you guys when you guys never did anything to us? Because
Hey, Jenna, Mafia Mo College has a great idea. Why don't you post the link to Ziggy's Discord?
okay, hold on. You talk and I'll grab that.
Okay, I talk.
You talk.
All right.
See if there's any question or anything. Yeah.
She makes people think that these other people are taking the food out of her kids. She does, and that's really not the case at all. I hope it is horrible and sad. And nobody, I can tell you with 100% certainty, nobody wanted this back and forth bullshit. Not at all. We just wanted to leave quietly with no drama, no bullshit, and just go on our way. But Laura really didn't want that. And to be honest with you, I kind of understand why
Nobody wanted.
the first set of Patreons felt that way.
Okay, I just posted Ziggy's Discord link in the chat. Everybody is absolutely welcome. You know, before Ziggy passed, she when Ziggy passed, she made all these rooms, and we helped her make all these rooms. And there's rooms in there that gives you a little bit about Ziggy, you know, like what she enjoyed, what she liked, a little bit about who she was. She made really cool rooms. So definitely, if you guys can, you know, sub and get in there, and you know, I think Ziggy would love that, because we never wanted to take it down, because Ziggy wanted this Discord so much. So everybody is welcome. Everybody.
Yep.
is taking a page from Laura's book and going low as hell. She's pretty damn awful herself. What she did to... Oh, I lost it.
Angel Pepper.
I don't care what Mandy did. You know, the whole thing about what, like, I found that funny today in MM's live, to be honest. When they said they never talked about Mandy's kids, I kind of was like, did I hear that right? I mean, really, did I hear that right? Because they did. They told a whole community something private about her kid to the community. So no, did they threaten Mandy Bell's kid? No, they didn't. But did they bring up something that was not this community's business? Absolutely they did. And I don't care how mad you are at Mandy Bell. I don't care how you think of Mandy Bell. You can't sit there and say kids are off limits, but then throw it out. And that is a playbook by Laura. Sorry, it is. That is absolutely from her page, because Laura does
sorry, not sorry. Sorry.
It's true. And MM can be mad at me and whatever, but it's true. You can't sit there and say kids are off limits, but then mention a kid. And you did. You brought up something about her husband and her kid, and that she told you guys in private, and she wasn't the one that threatened your kids. Somebody else did.
The little cuckoo bird that was on Diane and Wendy's panel.
Mommy of three was told Mandy was not supposed to be alone with her kid that day the call was made. That I absolutely happened, TL Hodge, because, you know, I don't want to hash up the old chats, but that was something they did find. Like Mandy Bell said, we did all know that. And no matter how many times she came at us, no matter how many times she, you know, attacked us or whatever, we never brought that to light. Even though we knew about it in that secret chat, because that was some of the info that they got when they looked up Mandy. No, we never did, but that it was true. And we kept, because we're not those type of people. We're not going to bring family and stuff like that is off limits. I don't care who you are. So no matter how much Mandy Bell pissed me off when she threw me on the, you know, when I tried to help her and she took it and acted like I was out to get her, and she did those 2 days of videos of me when I was trying to help her and she thought I was whatever, you know, there was no way that I was going to throw what I know about Mandy Bell out there. And let me tell you, because I was in that chat, there was a lot of Mandy Bell's life in there. As sad as it is, and there's no reason for it. None. The things that that they found on Mandy Bell, it didn't need to be in there. That's none of our business. I mean, I cannot even tell you how much was in there. Can I at least comment? Of course you can, Mandy Bell. At least comment It was 2015, and that's not even a true story, which is even worse. Right. But I'm just speaking of the information that was put in those secret chats when I messaged you when I was a Patreon, and I messaged you emailed you under beautiful trauma. And I wanted, because you so badly wanted to know what was in those chats. And I felt like you had the right to know what was in those chats because it was your life and nobody would give you access. Not one person. You asked everybody in this community to give you something. So you knew that it was in there. And that bothered me because I knew if I kind of took myself and put myself in your shoes, and I knew if it happened to me and these people that I didn't even know from Adam had all this information on me, I absolutely would want to know what they had in there. And even though I was a Patreon, I felt like I did. And at that time, even though I emailed you them, even though I showed you proof of some of the stuff that was in there, that wasn't even close to what all the stuff that was in there, you never threw me under the bus. You kept that close to your chest for a long time until like a month ago when I tried to, you were live and you wanted proof of something, and I asked you for your email and I gave it to you. And when I admitted I was beautiful drama, I could not understand why you threw me under the bus the way you did. I could not understand. At that time, you didn't know I was beautiful trauma, but in that email, I admitted I was. Because I was hoping you would have saw it as I wasn't trying to set you up. I was trying to help you, and maybe you wouldn't. And I couldn't even believe when you made those videos and tried to act like I was trying to do something vicious to you, because that's not what I was trying to do. I was really trying to, again, put myself in your shoes. So I wanted to give you what you were looking for. Hey, Galloway.
What's up, Galloway girl?
Just like Kiki, that's another thing. I've taken myself into her shoes. Like the people that have dragged her, that she doesn't have a husband and she doesn't have a kid. It's nobody's business. Nobody's. We're on YouTube. Why does she need to say who, and for her to have to defend that left and right and over and over and over and over and over again? Because Laura wanted to throw that out there. There was no need for it. Just like, what Katrina did on Diane's. There was no need for that. There was no need for Makeup Mobster and Tiffany Marie to do it back to Mandy that day. All of this. Can't we just stick to what's going on YouTube and not people's personal lives?
Stay in your own lanes.
Right.
What a concept.
You don't have to hit that belt. Our families didn't choose for us to be on YouTube. Our families didn't sign up to have their personal lives aired out, all because you're mad at somebody. I do know what your own friends were doing, Mandy, and that's what I was trying to kind of let you know. Do I get that you didn't want to see it at that time? I do. I mean, it's hard when your own friends are doing you dirty, and for you to see it, you had to see it on your own time. And I knew that you needed to see it on your own time. But I was hoping with the information that I gave you that you might have saw it. And instead, you threw me under the bus.
Jenna, if Mandy's okay with it, maybe Mandy wants to come on panel. It's your channel. It's up to you, but maybe this is the time for y'all to hash it out.
Right, because I can't, I just can't say, and it's just, it makes it where now, I would be leery to help you out because of that. And that bothers me because I don't know you from Adam, and I was just trying to do the right thing, and the right thing bit me in the ass when you sit there and say, I'm trying to do the right thing. So even if you didn't want to see it, you didn't know me from Adam, I never did anything to you. I would have thought that because you don't know, you would have kept it to yourself and still figured it out instead of throwing me under the bus. That's fine, Mandy. You don't have to. I just, as much as you want us to see where you're coming from, I just want you to see where I was coming from that day. Like, I was mind blown. Like, even it, I just felt like even if you didn't want to see that your friends were doing you wrong, even the information that I gave you, you could have just kept it. You could have just kept it to yourself. You didn't have to throw me in the hot water because I wasn't part of that circle. I wasn't part of whatever you were thinking that people were out to get you. I had never done anything for you to even think remotely that I was out to get you. Do you get? I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but it did. It kind of just blew my mind. I was like, wow. I tried to help her and she totally, and that was the other thing. Truth, you're right. The whole Pixie thing, that girl just wanted to help you too. She just wanted to give you a heads up. She gave you her theory. She made sure she told you it was just a theory, and you just made it like it was fact. Like, I just don't get that. You want people to see your side, but you're not seeing our side. People were trying to help you, and you were pushing us all away. I get that you had so much in your lap. It's not like I just had one. You're right. I get that you freaked out. But I just hope from now on, you can see that not everybody is out to get you, that there is good people in this community that were willing to help you out. And maybe from this point forward, you could, maybe instead of reacting, take a minute and think before
Look at the source.
Right. Look at the source, kind of think of the situation, and just kind of keep it to yourself. It wasn't like we were trying to give you dirty stuff to keep to yourself. And Pixie did, Pixie did automatically tell you, this is just my theory. My theory, not fact, just theory. And you literally went on a panel and made it fact. And that girl has never done anything to you either. So it was hard. And I'm friends with Pixie. So it was kind of like a double whammy. You had done it to me 3 weeks prior. So it was kind of like, whoa, we're just trying to give you, yeah, I don't know, because I've given many free passes and I've been screwed for less. I get that. I get that you've had the raw deal a lot on the,
But has Jenna or Pixie gone out of their way to screw you over before?
And
or given you an inclination that they would do that?
Right. And we weren't giving you anything that would make you feel uncomfortable. We were giving you information that you needed and only needed. That's all we were giving you. We were just giving you the rest of your deck. It wasn't like we wrote you and said, okay, we're going to give you this piece of evidence, but we want this from you. We never asked anything from you. We were just giving it to you. Yeah, that's the other thing, Mandy. If that's the other thing. You've threatened Pixie a couple of times with that phone call, and Pixie specifically asked you if it was being recorded, because she would appreciate it if you wouldn't record it, and you said no, and then obviously it was recorded because you kind of been holding it over her head. So even if you don't want to come on panel, even if you don't want anything, it would be nice if you could do something to say that you're not going to hold this over Pixie's head anymore, that you're going to destroy that phone conversation. On MGLs, MGLs that night when Tracy came up, you and Pixie had done a phone call. You guys talked for like, I don't know, a little while, whatever. And on MGLs, you had said that if she didn't come to you with whoever gave her that information, you were going to play that recorded phone call. Yeah, you did.
Mandy, you've said it more than once.
You did say it more than once, Mandy. You literally told her she had, I think it was 20 seconds, if I can remember correctly. She had like 20 seconds or something to come with you with that source, or you were going to play that phone call. So with the doorbell ring thing or whatever. Well, Pixie's not here, so I can't go back and forth with you about it. I don't know, maybe you can email Pixie and squash this, because you're saying one thing and she's saying another. She's saying she absolutely told you it was a theory. And you're saying she told you it wasn't a theory. And no offense, Mandy, but I don't see why Pixie would lie about that. When you've never had, you never did anything to Pixie and Pixie's never done anything to you. I just don't see Pixie lying about saying it was a theory. Maybe you didn't hear it. I don't know, maybe read the text messages again. Maybe you missed it. Kiki, wait, I have a ring. It records combos? I guess so, Kiki.
That was the first I heard about it.
TV's on the other wall.
You're going to have to check into that, Kiki, but I think it does record conversations.
Oh, Lord, here we go. Next live coming out. Jenna encourages recording phone calls.
No, I'm not. Even in Wendy's, like, how does the ring record phone calls? I have no idea. I don't have one.
He told me to clean up the fireworks.
So, yeah, I mean, I just know that Pixie had a good intention. Pixie's a good person, and I know that she had a good intention. And like I said, maybe you can email her or something and maybe squash this and put it to bed. Oh, Pixie is here. Okay. I always watched Mandy Bell and supported her, whether she knew it or not. I made it very clear my intentions were not infurious towards her. I also made it extremely clear that everything I lost her. Telling her was my theory. Pixie, do you want to come up, hon? Maybe it would be better for you.
Yes.
Because Mandy don't want to come up, but maybe you can. I'm going to post the link and you can come up and explain your side, because everybody's kind of confused in here. And I think that, she kind of put you there, and I think you deserve the right to tell your side. Please tell me how a theory is now considered evidence. It wasn't considered evidence. That's why she made sure to tell you theory. She was saying, this is how I see it. With everything that's going on, these are the things I think is going to happen. That's why she made sure she said theory. She never said that It was absolutely concrete, 100% what was going on. Hey, girl. I'm
Hey.
gonna mute so you can talk.
Well, all I'm saying is, it's Mandy, do you mean it's evidence because of what Tiffany Marie is saying, that I don't even know. I was just talking to the truth about this a couple minutes ago. Is that why you're saying evidence? Is that what you mean?
She wrote, can someone answer me how Jenna says you all told me info for evidence, but now it's a theory. My head is spinning. No, what I was saying is like, it wasn't like we came to you and was like saying, oh, we have this, we're going to give it to you, but we want something in return. We never did that. Jenna, you said you all came to me so I could have more evidence in my deck, and that, no, what? Mine, not Pixie's. See, because there's two things going on. I meant like when you did your live, you wanted more proof about who trolled you under your deceased husband. And so what I was trying to do was give you that added piece. So I used the deck instead of piece, but mine is totally separate from Pixie's.
Yeah, we're talking about two separate things, and I think that's where you're
Yeah,
getting
no,
confused,
I
Mandy.
came to you, Mandy, because okay, look, my theory at that time is not my theory now. Who gives a shit about my theory? Who am I? Okay. But I don't believe any of it. But I came to you, Mandy, because I thought, I didn't want you to get hurt. I didn't know how close you were to these people or anything. I had a theory that I was like discussing, and I'm like, if this is right, like Mandy Bell is going to end up getting screwed over in the end again. So I told you, that's why I'm coming to you. I said I have nothing, no reason to come at you sideways. There was no reason. And you said, I don't care about Laura. This is not, and I told you, this isn't about Laura. I'm sincerely coming to you to see if what I'm thinking matches up to anything that you've experienced or during, whatever was going on with all of that. So I never say it was a theory and that it got.
All right, I'm gonna jump off here because StreamYards is draining my battery.
Okay, Puss in Boots, thank you for coming up.
Thank you for having me. Catch you later, y'all. See you later,
Yeah.
Pixie. Bye, chat.
Bye.
But Pixie, there was two parts to that. So, you had a reliable source about a certain part of that story, and then the other part was your theory, correct?
Okay, right. Somebody told me, I don't even want to bring them people up again, like I've said, but somebody told me that these people, I don't even want to talk about the whole Kim
Right.
thing.
You don't have to.
I just don't. But
Right.
I think she misinterpreted it. I don't know.
Maybe you guys can email each other and not do it on, or something, so you guys could kind of squat. Basically, what we were trying to say is that, she has threatened a couple of times to release that phone call, and I was just asking her if she could just stop with that. I'm gonna release that, basically stop holding it over your head. And that's what the truth was trying to get at too, trying to get Mandy to just let that thing go, like it was a theory. It's done, it's over with. And if she could stop using that,
Look. Okay, I do think it was probably taken wrong because, for one, the reliable source, okay, the person that told me those names or whatever, well, 3 of those names were correct in the story. I mean, you got to think about this for a minute here, Mandy. Okay, that the story at that point was that I told you was somebody, these people helped get her off of this website. Okay. Well, in reality, these people, not the, the John, I think was obviously not John Crimes. If I'm not mistaken, she is related in a way to somebody named John. So that would be the John. I I feel like the person was told that, but that part of it was wrong. Because like Lish said, that, you know, she told Kim, like I stopped caring about this story completely, but she told Kim that she was on a different site when in all reality, yeah, when she was on a different site and they were working on getting her off of another site or something. Am I correct? Can you help me here? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically what happened was Dish did not want Kim to know what site it was on. So she had told Kim that she was on one site, but really she wasn't. So
Right.
she thought, so when Kim,
but that part of an hour and I don't know 20-minute conversation, that was for about 2 minutes of the call. The whole entire rest of the call was, you know, talked about other things and based upon my theory. But I did email, just so you know, I did email Makeup Mobster. I emailed her today because I believe that Tiffany doesn't know the full story, and that I didn't understand why she keeps saying that Mandy like something with criminal act or I don't know, something like that, and then she brings up my name. So if she's referring to when I went on The Truth saying I just want to apologize for mentioning those 4 names, or because Mandy mentioned those 4 names, Mandy didn't, and that's what I was going to tell her, is Mandy wasn't like accusing her of doing any criminal act or anything like that. So like I mean, I couldn't have made it more clear that, you know, the whole entire thing was just bullshit. It was just a story.
right, exactly. It was just right, like that's why I think it was getting confused, because there was one part that we were told by this person.
If what was prior to March?
She's saying the website. She's asking you, saying that because the site that everybody knows about was created on 314, remember? And
Right.
but when you got that information about them taking her off another site, you were told it was prior. So you were under the impression, and this was a very reliable source where it was prior. So you didn't lie when you said, yes, it was prior. But now that everything has come out and everything, you know, is put together, it wasn't prior. It ended up being that Kim was told differently than what it was really supposed to be.
Yeah, and look, Mandy, why it was brought to you, I don't know. I'm sorry. I was just trying to like look out for you or to see if, you know, any of this, you know, made sense to you. Obviously it didn't, and obviously I was wrong for coming to you. And that's it. That's all there is to it. I you know,
Right.
that's why I was brought to you though. Is I was
That's it.
trying to kind of look out for you, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Right. Kind of like what I did. We were trying to look out for you. We were trying to get it so you weren't railroaded yet again or told you were a liar. You know, Pixie thought she was helping. At my time, I thought I was helping. You threw me under the bus, and you threw Pixie kind of under the bus too. And then
Hold on, Jenna. My daughter's calling. Hold on a minute. Or you keep talking. I'll be right back.
And now okay, so everything I said then was true, but you have it was, the two parts were true, but one part was a theory and one part was a reliable source. And you tried to put all of it together as a reliable source told her everything. So, yes, what you said was right, but one part was the reliable source information, and that was about the website. But the rest of it was a theory. And you grouped it all as factual, all of it. And like I said, it's all done. It's just all over with. It's all, I think that what we're trying to get at, it's not like, we're looking for an answer and stuff. It's just like, let it be done and over with. Let it go. Everybody's figured it out since then. So, using that, I'm going to play Pixie's phone call is not needed because it's done and over with.
So yeah, then I guess that's what I'm saying. The reliable source was, I guess I got bad information from them.
Reliable source ended up not being reliable.
Yeah, let's just say it. Yeah. No, they were reliable, but the information wasn't correct. So
correct. The reliable source basically told Pixie a lie, if you want to put it that way. Like the reliable source, that part was not truth, but that's not on Pixie. That's on the person that gave her that information as a reliable source. And now come to find out that reliable source lied to, but that wasn't like Pixie was lying to you. Pixie brought you the information that she got firsthand to try to help you because she did not want you to get railroaded. She didn't want it pinned on you. So she was trying to help you. Does that all make sense?
But I didn't even know that it was being said you were put on, you were the one who did that put her on. I didn't know any of that.
Right.
I'm reading Mandy's comment.
Yeah, no, we didn't know that until you said, till it came out. We had no clue that you were being accused of putting her on that site. Pixie, but you also knew they were trying to pin it on me. No,
I didn't know that they were trying to pin it on you. I didn't know that. That was a theory. I didn't know they were trying to do that to you.
But
I was hoping they weren't.
Right. You were hoping they weren't, but she was trying. It wasn't like she got information to say, hey, we're going to pin this on Mandy Bell. Like, that wasn't what was given. It's that everybody watching from the outside looking in, it looked like that was the direction they were going to go with it. So she was kind of like, hey, there's no possible way that it's you, and it looks like they're trying to pin it on you. No, I never said Pixie lied. I said I wanted that reliable source to come forward and take the burden from me, Pixie. And that reliable source did come forward, just not on Molly Golightly's panel that night. She came on, whose panel was that she came on? And basically said it was all a misunderstanding. Do you remember, Pixie, whose panel she came on to say it was a misunderstanding?
Was it the truth, maybe?
Yes. Was it the truth? I think it was the truth. Yeah.
No, that was something.
No, because you were trying to say Tracy was Pixie's reliable source, and that's what Tracy was coming at you for. Because when Tracy came in and everything, you instantly said, oh, that's Pixie's reliable source. There it is right now, because Pixie just said she was going to get a hold of that person, and here comes Tracy. So Tracy lost it on you because you were trying to say that Tracy was Pixie's reliable source.
Right, and you said that's why I called it out and wanted that reliable source to come forward. But why didn't you just tell me that? Why was that had to be said on a panel with, and with however many people, and you were trying to give me a time frame to have this reliable source come on panel or whatever. Right. I don't get it.
Right. So can you just agree, like we said, we could hash this for days, but it's water under the bridge. It's been put to bed. All of it has come out. We all kind of know. Everybody knows that you were not the one that made that site, everything. But
Mandy, what have I done personally to you? Like, did I hurt you? Did I tell you to, that's what I want to know. I mean, what did I do to you?
Because people lie. Yeah, people do lie, but
yeah.
But you could have came to Pixie privately. You didn't have to you didn't have to,
because then we probably would have got the story straightened out.
Right. If you went privately and talked to Pixie, both of you guys could have probably figured this out. You would have understood. Instead, you literally basically just kind of threw Pixie out there for the wolves. And then, and Pixie's never done anything to you. Because the sharing of supposed facts behind the scenes to keep things secret is a bit too much, not fair. It's not right to all involved. I agree.
Yeah, let me just say it again for the fifth time, or like, for the people in the back, okay? I do not think Tiffany and Makeup Mobster were involved. Was that part of my stupid ass theory? Yes. But
now
I don't.
It's all out? No. Right.
Yeah, no. And it was just like, I've heard 1,000 theories about 1,000 different things from the same people. You know what I mean? Like, it's a theory. It's this, it's that, whatever. Like, it's water under the bridge to me. Everything is pretty much come out, I guess. I don't care. But I have no part in this other than, me talking to Andy and I guess getting, wrong information or whatever. But again.
Okay, so Pixie basically is saying that the 4 people's names she got was from a reliable source. She's agreeing to that right now on that panel, and that reliable source lied to her. So can you say now, because she admitted it, because you said that's the only reason why you were going to play that doorbell, now can you put that doorbell to bed and not hold it over Pixie's head anymore? Erase it, whatever, not use it as a weapon anymore.
But Mandy, I didn't tell you to go on somebody's panel and say that stuff. And yes, I did say you deserve to play games with them because I wanted you off the panel to talk, to talk to me, because you had the story wrong. The next day, I figured out that the information wasn't that reliable.
You weren't made out to See, that's where you felt
And
like
if you
made
were,
out.
if you feel that you were made out to be a liar, that is one of the reasons I'm making it very clear. And that's another reason why I emailed Makeup Mobster, because what Tiffany is saying, again, she just doesn't know the full story. Isn't the story?
Right. So yes, you will. And no, you didn't bring it up here. Nobody said that you brought it up here.
Exactly,
But
bitch.
that's all. That's all. We just, if you're agreeing to kind of like let it go, she admitted that you did not lie. You basically said what Pixie said to you. It's I'm not erasing my life. It's here. And if you can agree that you just will, not use this, phone call over Bixie anymore, then we're good. Well, everybody just goes their separate ways. Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, we hashed it. We did, I just felt like, Pixie's my friend and Pixie's a good person. And I know she wasn't trying to do anything malicious to you. And we just wanted to hash it out. And I just don't think that it was, it's done, it's over with. And, you just said a couple of times that you were going to play this thing, and when Pixie went on a panel and apologized.
yeah, I never called you a liar, though.
No. You even
I didn't call you a liar, Mandy.
No, you didn't, because even when you went on that panel to apologize.
Right. I didn't even talk about the conversation.
You're right. You
Not what I
didn't.
do.
Nope. You came up just to apologize about those 4 names and that the reliable source was wrong. And she never said that you lied. She never mentioned you. Yes, obviously the reliable source was not accurate. Yes. Pixie wasn't being malice. No, she was just trying to help you, and I think that it all went wrong, and she was just trying to help you. She was, we all know that you've taken a lot of shit around here. And I know for me, and I'm pretty sure I won't speak for Pixie, but we were just trying to help. That's it. And if we could have helped, we were going to try. You brought up Pixie the other day on whose panel? You had brought this up. You had mentioned Pixie again.
Hers.
Yeah, on yours. You absolutely did. And that is why I was addressing it, because I was going to leave it alone when you threatened to use it the night on Molly Golightly's, and then you hadn't touched it. And then you had mentioned it on yours the other day about this phone call again. So that's kind of why.
Like, I just feel like you're throwing jabs at me or something.
Right.
So, we can either, I'm saying you squash it and move on, since, it's not that relevant to me. I wasn't actually, in it. I just think the information that was given was wrong, and that I shouldn't have theories. I don't know.
Right. It was kind of like you had this phone call. Like, we're not saying, right, the reliable source was malicious. We're not saying that you're saying Pixie was malicious.
Okay, I see what she's saying.
Right. Exactly. That's great. We just felt, for me, as Pixie's friend, it just felt like you were kind of dangling that doorbell phone call over her head, in my opinion. In my opinion. I don't know how Pixie felt, but that's how I kind of saw it. So I was just hoping that we could end it and there's no dangling of a phone call. I know you're trying to squash it, and I think it's pretty much squashed. Yes, it was brought up in your chat, but you discussed it because it was brought up in your chat.
Yeah, whatever. It's squashed. It's done. It's over. And
It is.
yeah, right?
Yep. I said my piece. I'm sure Pixie said hers, and I think you're good. I think you're good. Mandy, let's just squash it and it's done. It's over with. We can move on to another conversation. But thank you, Pixie, for coming up. I just, and I'm sorry if I upset you for bringing it up. I'm just your friend, and I know what a good
No, I appreciate that. I mean, seriously, I appreciate that.
So,
There's, it's just, at this point, it was just silly to me. So,
right. But now,
yeah, I already apologized to the people whose names were mentioned. Hopefully, they heard you. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. So we just won't talk about it again, it's over now. So I'm glad we cleared that up, and I'm glad we can move on from it, and yeah. But I'm going to get off. I've been on here.
Ring doorbells. You have to actually hit record.
Yeah, everybody, when I said that in the chat, a lot of people must have a Ring doorbell, because everybody's like, you can record from a doorbell? Like what? Wendy did, a couple of people did. So it was kind of like everybody was unaware of that. So I guess you can. I don't know how it works because I don't have a Ring doorbell, but you guys could probably look in the directions and figure it out. But like I said, I'm going to jump off. I got dinner to get ready. I got family time. My husband's home. So I'm going to jump off. Pixie, thank you for coming up. And I'm glad.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yes, definitely. I'll talk to you later.
Bye, chat.
Let's talk about what a snake Tiffany is, casually or not so casually. Oh, where did that go? Where's Ash again? This chat moves casually or not so casually, trying to change the subject. Yes, we are definitely changing the subject. No, I don't. You don't own it. And even M said, if you're sitting outside of it, it records. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to jump off. Thank you guys for coming in. And thank you for supporting me. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you could hit the likes, I'd appreciate it if you hit the likes. I'm sure, yes, it was a good way of squashing it. And we did it without screaming and hollering. That's how adults are supposed to handle it. And I'm just glad we could squash it. I'm sure I'm going to get dragged the house tonight, so everybody watch for that, I'm sure. But really, I don't care. I don't take down my lives. I'm not scared to say what I know or anything, but thank you guys for the support. Talk to y'all later. Have a good rest of your Tuesday. Bye. And everybody be kind to one another. Bye.